So my name's Lee. I come from London, North London in the United Kingdom. I have a building company and also work in the fitness industry. And I'm now 55 years old and I'm 56 tomorrow. Thank you. I did what I guess everybody does, is look over internet, see TikTok videos, Instagram posts, and it's a minefield. There's so many out there. So I asked around, and at one of the clubs that I work in, the UK fitness clubs, there was a chap there who I would say was completely bald, in my opinion. And I hadn't seen him for nearly a year, and he walked past me, and I thought he must be wearing a wig. But he had this huge mass of hair. So I asked him, where did you go? And he said he came to the Vera Clinic. So I was like, okay, I'll look that up. Obviously, once you start looking for something, straight away you see the TikTok videos, particularly, so professionally well made, and it's just that much. It just had that much more class about it than some of these other ones that I'd seen, which were almost homemade and people recording themselves, as it were. So I think that was the main reason for me choosing the clinic initially. I looked on Trustpilot, came out so high up on there, so many good reviews. And that was really what I based my decision on. When I first contacted, as a lot of people I don't think in the UK appreciate, it's done predominantly through WhatsApp. And I think in the UK particularly, people are a little bit wary because they think, oh, I haven't actually got an official email, I haven't got an official letter. Everything needs to be in the UK, everything's so regimented that everybody wants something actually almost like a legal document. So when I actually got through to the lady, she was so mindful, helpful, and knew everything that I asked her. She didn't have to say to me, like some clinics, I need to go away and ask someone. She would give me the answers straight away. Now for me particularly, I had medical issues. I had a heart condition, which I had a heart attack 10 years ago, and I had sepsis in my heart 5 years later after that. So when I came to her and I explained this to her, she said, well, if you can provide me with detailed information from your doctor, we will speak to our medical team. Straight away, she came back, said this will be no problem at all with what you have, but you will be checked when you get to the clinic. So everything that I could think of negatively, my mind was set and reassured by her. And if I contacted her, she would contact me almost instantly, to the degree where I was forgetting that maybe on a Sunday she was with her family, and I'd phone her at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, and she'd answer, and she'd say, I'll help you best I can. She said, but I am actually out having lunch with my family, to which I'd apologise and say, it's okay, I can speak to you tomorrow. But yes, no, they were very, very good and very, very prompt. I had so many people that I'd talked to that had put me off having hair transplants, saying, oh, just grow old gracefully. Maybe you should just look around, look at more reviews, have it done in the UK. And the more I looked into it, the more I explained that more medical procedures with hair transplants seem to be done in Istanbul, Turkey generally. So surely with that much experience, that's where I needed to go to. I think my decision to come here was solely based on the fact that I'd met somebody, but very quickly, even at the point of landing in Istanbul with people going to have hair done, I heard the name, kept coming up, we're going to Vera, it's just amazing. I know people, I know this person, I know that. So my confidence level was so much higher. I went to the bazaar in Istanbul, and I saw people walking around that had been to cheaper, less reputable clinics. People that had just come on holiday and been approached, would you like your hair done? They hadn't planned it as I had for a year, and they just turned up and they had their hair done. They were walking down the street. It was really not very pleasant to look at, and they were walking around. So for me personally, everybody that I'd seen was all clearly bandaged up. Everybody was very clean, and it just looked so much more professional, especially at the hotel I was staying at. I see people and talk to them as well. So yeah, the procedure was As I expected, I think, a little bit. I wouldn't like to say to you, it's completely and utterly pain-free. That would be to bend the truth a little bit. But what I would say, and this is really, really important, as someone coming from the UK, when I arrived, I was assigned one translator lady who was lovely, and she stayed with me the whole way through. Now, as I traveled here to Istanbul on my own, I'm staying on my own, I had no one to talk to in that sense of what was going on. So she met me at reception, she took me through to all the processes, and even to the point of extraction. When they started the extraction, she was there before she left me and said, "Are you okay? Can I go now?" And she left. That was my biggest point of confidence because I had her with me. The procedure itself, every single person literally from reception all the way through to the doctors who are constantly there watching over you. You know, sometimes you go to these places, I'm not talking about necessarily in the hair, but in other industries, and the manager or the doctor comes along and you see them for 30 seconds and then they're gone. Every time I was having the next procedure, the doctor was standing there looking over me and making sure that everything was okay. Always, everyone was just so professional. And I think that was the main thing that I found with the experience. The actual procedure, the shaving the head, I'd never shaved my head before. And whether I look good or not, they said to me, "Wow, you look so good." So not quite Jason Statham, but you know, okay, I'll take it, it's okay. And they would just take you through each process, and every process was all good. The extraction wasn't particularly painful with the painless non-injecting start to the procedure. The only thing I would say was that maybe a little bit more uncomfortable as opposed to painful was midsection when they started to do the implantation. I had to have the injections done then. I would say that within about 2 minutes it was over, and once the injection's done, there's no more pain. You're pain-free from that point. You're home and dry. I think even the doctor came in at that point and said to me, "There's no more needles, it's fine now." So yeah, it was good. It was all good. I would say this place is cleaner than a shopping mall in Dubai. And if you've been to Dubai, you'd know that shopping malls, there's just not a speck of dirt anywhere. So everything from the toilets to the fact they wrap your shoes when you come in so there's no dust or anything, everything is pristine the whole way through. All the medical staff are constantly cleaning down. Even when you just go through the corridors past maybe like the cafeteria area, everything's clean. There's no crumbs, there's nothing. It's absolutely spotless. And the level of equipment that we have, that you have here, is just mind-blowing. I just cannot believe every time I turn around, there's another machine that does something else, and and it's just the attention to detail. I think the attention to detail is the one thing that stands out. And already having been here only 2 or 3 days, I took an extra day when I came out, and already messaging home to people that have asked me, as soon as you've been, let us know how good it was. Already I have like 10, 12, 13 people that have said to me, "Make sure I get those details because I have to go there," because everybody I spoke to speaks so highly of it. And I don't work for the company, so I don't need to be biased. But yes, it was just fantastic. Again, it's so difficult not to keep saying the same thing over again, like saying fantastic, amazing, brilliant. Like I say, this lady that I had yesterday, and I wish I knew her name, I can't remember now, it slips me. Zirin. She was just so absolutely brilliant. She was just fantastic. She'd say, all the time she would say, "Are you okay? Is there anything you want to ask? Is there this? Is there that? Can I get you this? Do you want some water?" It was constantly there. It was like having your own mother with you. She'd probably kill me for that because I'm twice her age. But she was just so attentive to your needs, and she was just really friendly, really helpful. And then today, obviously you get somebody else and it's just constant, like there with you. If you've got a question, we were doing the training for washing the hair afterwards and stop the video if I had a question. So we'd go through everything. "You sure you got that? Is that okay? Yep, let's carry on." So nothing was left unquestioned or missed. And even down to the team that have done this filming, I've been asked constantly, "Is it okay to come in and we could just film this bit? Would you mind doing this? Would you mind that?" You know, it's, again, It's never been intrusive, and it's always been, again, utterly professional. The whole staff, all the way through, even through to the doctor that looks like Antonio Banderas. I said, you look like a good-looking Antonio Banderas. So I think he was okay with that. 1,000,000,000,000%. I haven't had other hair transplants. I can only go by what I've experienced here at Vera Clinic, and I just think that there is nothing that I could pick up on, think of, that would make me want to go anywhere else. Everything and everybody, right down to the tiniest little thing. I think I may have came in on the last day and I had a tiny little bit of bleeding just on my head. I told the doctor, so they went and got the doctor, he had a look, said, absolutely fine, no problem. We'll clean it again, we'll get you prepared. Everything's fantastic. So 100%, 1,000,000,000,000%, every time I'd come here. Amazing.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.